What it do? What it do, y'all? It's your boy Big J, host of the JJ Sports Talk. You know, if you haven't followed me, it's like you see the like Twitter handles at JJL Sports Talk 23, and then the YouTube, the JJL Sports Talk Show. I don't know if you got to put in those four numbers, but just like the JJL Sports Talk, it's on there. Man, uh, pre-show, I was talking to Kyle. Man, last time we did an episode was like last year, man. Nah, it was before the season started. So, I mean, it's been a while, man. So we're gonna recap. It's gonna be a pretty long, not long, but pretty long episode because we had to recap all those games, and also we got some NBA to talk about. I know, I believe my Lakers play Tuesday against the Nuggets, I think, or actually tomorrow, or I think I don't know if it starts tomorrow or Wednesday. But I know our game opener is Tuesday against the Nuggets.
Mm-hmm.
But we're gonna get into that. But I want to get into the first topic. I didn't put it on there because I just figured we just talk about it live. I'm not sure if you're aware of MSU, not my alumni, Montclair State University, Michigan State. There's two different. There's Montclair State University and then there's Michigan State. And I want to make sure I have them separated. I'm not sure if you're aware or if you saw the whole jumbotron situation. It was they put like a Hitler an Adolf Hitler jumbotron on the jumbotron
Oh
screen.
yeah.
It was like they said it was trivia. I mean, I think it was like how old is Hitler or whatever or something like that.
Hey, that's a question you don't need to ask. We don't need to know the answer to that.
they said that it was like a third party something who did it. So whoever, because usually at a college, usually like this the student athletic department, they usually have a team. Apparently they said they didn't do it or they didn't approve of it. They had a third party. So what do you think about that, man? I mean, obviously people who don't know Adolf Hitler, the Holocaust and all that, and then just putting it up there, and they got freaking smoked anyway. They got smoked on the field anyway. But why would they just? I mean, why would they? What do you? I don't know. Think, man. I don't know, bro.
Stuff like this kind of happens every once in a while, mainly in schools. We'll see schools where they'll be like, oh, teacher passed out a test with some inappropriate thing on it, and you're just like isn't that your one job to make sure all that's kind of cleared before you give it out to kids? Look, this could have been, maybe somebody went rogue on this one, tried to slip it in there to be funny. I don't know, but it's definitely a terrible look for the university because, I mean, one, like you said, they lost the game. That's already one thing. But now, two, it's like the institution now has a black eye of sorts because of something like this happening in such a public way. Like, it'd be one thing if it happened and nobody saw it and everybody was just like, oh, whatever, keep it hush hush. But, like, this made news. And if you're not going to make news for your team playing well, you don't want to make news for stuff like this. So I think it's definitely an oversight from numerous people. We probably should be hearing about some people losing jobs or whatever over this, but I don't know. You know, it could be something. Just mistakes happen. I'm not going there with that.
I don't think F that. That was no mistake. Like, I see what you're saying because someone should approve of like what goes on. Usually,
Right.
it's sports. It's sports related. It should be like they said it was 80 minutes. They said it was 80 minutes before kickoff, so they had plenty of time to get that approved. Like I was at
Yeah.
a soccer game. I was at a soccer game at my local college near my house, and like I was just helping my boy do like the pregame stuff for a soccer game, right? They just it was like a lightning delay before the kickoff, so they just
Mm-hmm.
played some commercials on the screen. You know what I'm saying? But like to put an Adolf Hitler thing where if people don't know their history, do that with led the Holocaust and like it was a genocide and all that, and to put that
Mm-hmm.
on there and many, we're talking about a pandemic where people lost their lives, but this is different. Like a Holocaust, like people lost their lives in training camps and all that, and you're gonna put Adolf Hitler on there. I don't know. I mean, they had Michigan State, man. I, I they're making me stutter, man, because I don't know what to say because First, they had an incident with the football coach. Those
Yep.
allegations. So it's not looking good, man, for MSU. I mean, the only good thing about MSU is just like Tom Izzo, the basketball coach, and then he's been respected.
Yeah.
Only good thing they have is their basketball program. Their football team is trash. They got walked over this Sunday or this Saturday. They didn't put the Adolf Hitler picture on the jumbotron. So according to AP News, the statement read, MSU is aware that inappropriate content by a third-party source was displayed on the video board prior to the start of tonight's football game. We are deeply sorry for the content that was displayed, as this is not representative of our institutional values. MSU will not be using the third-party source going forward and will implement stronger screening and approval procedures for all video board content in the future. The pregame quiz provides content well before games on video boards. Michigan routed Michigan State on the field a year after the sport is roughed up to rivals. So yeah, I mean they really just said a third party company.
That's how they say it themselves. Saying
exactly.
as a third party means somebody went rogue on their end, and now we're having to deal with it.
I just don't get it, man. Jeremy said, "What's going on, Jeremy? Congrats on Baltimore. Y'all outplayed, outclassed, and outcoached our team. Man, I forgot you're a Lions fan, man. I'm sorry to hear it. So sorry for the loss, man."
Don't take
Jeremy
that,
said,
Jeremy.
"Good afternoon. MSU looked worse than our Lions versus y'all. The Lions at least scored. I mean, scored a touchdown or whatever, but it's all good. I mean, we'll get into the all Ravens talk and Patriots talk soon. But yeah, I just want to get that out the way because I don't know. I just kind of felt I don't know about you, but I mean, like, I don't know if you're a big history junkie or like me, but that kind of like was like, damn, like really, like who is in charge of this jumbotron? Like, I mean, obviously, yeah, I get it. It was 80. It was 80. It was 80 minutes before kickoff, so like maybe not many people were seeing it or people were piling into the stadium. But still, I mean, it's still wrong. It's like I don't know. I can't even give an example. It's like putting a slave on the African American slave on there and like putting a picture up there with a whip, dude. It's like you don't do that.
Stuff like that's happened though. I mean, look when Obama was president, they had publications that published he and Michelle looking like monkeys. Stuff happens because people
like in the NFL or college.
I was talking about in general. Like people do things like this because one, somebody may have wanted some attention and just wanted to stick it to Michigan State. So they did what they wanted to do. Some, probably since it was a third party, felt like if they did this, it may not come back on them because they're just a small third party company. Everybody's going to put it at Michigan State. And that's kind of what's going on, where everybody's looking at Michigan State saying, how could you not know about this and all this kind of stuff? It just shows that you have to be really careful, especially dealing with third party, that they're on the up and up, that they're reputable, that they know what they're doing, because something like this could really hurt Michigan State. And like you said before, the whole football coach stuff wasn't even that long ago either. So that's still in the front of people's mind, and now you have this on top of it. At least with the coach thing, that's like him in like his personal life. You can kind of separate like that, but that's still a bad look. This just makes it look even worse for the school.
So this is a statement from the Michigan State University Vice President and Director of LS, Alan Holler. I am deeply sorry for the offensive image we displayed on the Spartan Stadium video board Saturday night. I apologize for the pain it has caused our community. Ultimately, it is my responsibility to make sure all those who interact with Spartan athletics feel safe, valued, and respected. The image was harmful to our communities, especially our Jewish community, which is currently experiencing a rise in anti-Semitism, including acts of violence. Michigan State Athletics is responsible for all content shown on the video boards. Before it was displayed, the video was not viewed in its entirety by anyone in the athletics, exposing a failure in our process. The video was not part of a sponsorship and had no affiliation with any of our corporate partners or our community. An initial assessment was conducted, and an involved employee has been identified and suspended with pay pending the result of the investigation. The investigation will determine any future appropriate action. Looking forward, Michigan State Athletics will ensure greater oversight and process surrounding any material displayed in relation to one of athletics events. We are committed to ensuring this never happens again and to better demonstrate the inclusive community and that we are. We will be reaching out to the local groups within the Jewish community, as well as other students' leadership groups on campus and within our department, which of whom have been impacted in their own way. It's important that they hear directly from me regarding our failed responsibilities, as well as our promise to do better. It's equally imperative that they are provided the opportunity to be heard. Anti-Semitism must be denounced. The image displayed prior to Saturday night's game is not representative of who we are and culture we embody. Nevertheless, we must own our failures and accept responsibility. I understand our response might be met with skepticism. That skepticism has warranted is warranted, and we will do all that is necessary to earn back your trust. I mean, so that's a little more lighthearted to hear that from the director. Like, I think that it's important that you know it seems like it was sincere. It was more detailed than the freaking just the school statement. He said he's going to go back to the Jewish community. Definitely with this. I knew it's not related, but the Israeli situation, like, there's a lot of tense things going on right now. There's a war going on. There's a lot of things going on, and this was not. I mean, they made the right decision of letting go of the person behind the whole picture, but I mean, this kind of makes me feel all right. They're kind of like moving forward in the right way. They're gonna get the Jewish community involved with this, and because obviously there were some people maybe on that athletic board that were Jewish or whatever, or people who work in the school were Jewish. You know what I'm saying? And that hurt them. So that kind of makes me feel a little bit better about the situation. But I mean, it's still like it is what it is. It happened to happen. You can't really, it's on social media now, so it's like.
But it also speaks to what I'm talking about, where you could have just had somebody from the third party go rogue because, like you said, Israel's going through something right now with
I know it's
a terrorist group.
And
it seems, look at the timing of it. That had to play into it on the third party's end. I can't see you pulling up that at this time, knowing what's going on over there, and not have it be some type of coincidence.
Yeah, some guy on the statement commented, scoreboard program that goes well beyond the one individual. He said, 1, how many people were involved in the decision on to use a third party? 2, what is the explanation for using this source without comp? Without without compensate, or I don't know what he meant by comp. I don't know what he meant by. He said source with. He said, what is their explanation for using this source without comp? So I don't know. Is that compensation? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean that's a good point. Like, does this third party have a history of doing stuff like this before, and Michigan State just took them on anyway because maybe they were cheaper or something like that? If that comes out, then yeah, this school's gonna have to answer for that as well.
Yeah, because the video board, it takes more than one person to. Yeah. Who was on? No one was on that board to be like, yo, this is not appropriate. We shouldn't do this. I guess they just didn't care, so.
I mean, there are some people who say that the world is too sensitive right now, so why should this be a problem? I'd say to those people, find something else to do.
Right. And then some dude commented back. He was like, from what I've been able to put together, it was simply a paid employee, likely a student hired, who was simply streaming a link from the quiz channel on the YouTube, which shows various trivia for early arriving guests to enjoy. You would think that would be a safe content, but no. So that's just like that's just a random dude that's commenting back on this dude's comment, but that's.
But even then, the kid who's streaming it, you have to do better. You have to know what you're streaming to a public audience.
Right. And he apparently, he happened to stop on Adolf Hitler. Like, come on, bro.
I mean, look, that's, hey, I hope it was worth it to the third party because it's definitely going to hurt their bottom line. I don't see anybody hiring them off of this anymore.
Right, right. Um, I mean, we don't really have to go deep into the season. Week one, I mean, the Texans won or Ravens won against the Texans. 49ers spanked the Steelers week one. Bengals lost 3-24. Bucks won. The Vikings, the Titans lost to the Saints week one. Panthers, Falcons won. Jags won it against the Colts week one. Commanders beat the Cardinals week one. Raiders beat the Broncos by 1 point. Dolphins beat the Chargers by two.
Was this week
Uh,
one? Week one you're talking about?
yeah, I'm just going over. We don't have to go really deep
I was
into
about
week
to
one.
say you might as well just just recap it all. You don't have to go through the scores and stuff like that. People
Yeah, I
might be
mean,
like, yeah,
obviously, the week to end up the nightcap. I mean, Cowboys spanked the Giants 40-0. Uh, I mean, any stories you saw in week one? I know Burrows was still limping. Um, Steelers were kind of like on their a
I
chug.
I I never
They
take
lost chug for the
I never
Browns.
take too much into week one because it's week one. You're just coming out of the preseason. Some teams are still figuring some stuff out. You know, some teams will look really good week one, and then you give it a couple of weeks, they look like the team a lot of us thought they were going to be before the season. So, I mean, week one was week one.
Yeah. Let me just go back to the comments. Jeremy said Lions are 5-2 and lost two projected playoff teams. I'm good with where the Lions are sitting. I guess going back to the name issue, it's no different than when a content creator uses a video of yours to make you look bad. It isn't a good look,
Yeah.
exactly. So week two, we beat the Bengals. Let's just talk about our teams, man. So you first with the Pats. I mean, you lost to the Eagles, right? Week one, right?
Yep.
It was a close game. Um, I mean, people were kind of giving up on Mac Jones and stuff. Like he was looking kind of butt cheeks for a couple weeks, man. But
The
y'all beat the
Patriots
Bills.
will always have haters in the media because 95%
I
of
still
them,
I still don't think Mac Jones is your quarterback, man.
okay, but 95% of the people who are in the NFL media who speak on the Patriots are affiliated with teams that lost to the Patriots during their dynasty. So now they're getting all the hate they want out now because it's trendy right now. If you badmouth the Patriots, you're going to get views because people have been waiting 20 plus years for the Patriots to be bad. And now that they're struggling, whatever. So the next time I see Rex Ryan talking his trash, I'm going to be like, bruh, Belichick is still coaching. You're on an ESPN set. You tell me who's winning that battle still. I don't know.
Oh man, you taking shots at Rex Ryan now?
I can't, bruh. Rex Ryan,
What's
Bart
going on with
Scott,
you, man?
Bart Scott needs to go. He is trash on ESPN. I don't know how he still has a job, but we know why.
Oh man.
He played on the Jets. He had the little quote, "Can't wait" when they won the playoff game. So he's probably ESPN for life. Trash. Damian Woody used to play for the Patriots, but he's basically told people he identifies as a Jets player. Trash. I'm just kidding. I actually like Damian Woody. He's fine, but
He's cool. He's like level headed.
yeah, I like Damian Woody. But like, look at some of these other people. A few years ago was Marshall Falk because with the Rams. Look, see, NFL Network got him up out of there. Trash. It's the same people
Man,
every time
Kyle was come for everyone's head,
because
man.
it's just I knew it was going to happen. As soon as Brady left and they struggled, they were all going to come out of the woodwork because they tried it when Brady was still there. They had like a big loss on Monday night, and I think Trent Dilfer was like, the dynasty's over. It was a Tom Jackson had the they hate their coach stuff.
As a Patriots
Like
fan, do you think it's over because Tom Brady's not there no more, or you
20
still just
plus years, the dynasty was going to end at some point. It wasn't going to go on forever. And for Mac Jones, look, it was going to be tough on him because yes, there was Cam Newton in there a little bit, but he is seen as the next guy after Brady because the Patriots drafted him. That's a tough place to be in. If you don't win 10, 11, 12
It's
games a
just
year, you're
like
never going to measure up.
I feel like it's like kind of like the Justin Fields in Chicago situation. He's a good quarterback, but in a
It is
terrible.
completely different because the
Oh
Bears have been
no, well I'm
terrible
saying because
forever.
Bears because I know Fields is more of a mobile quarterback. He can do up the run. Mike Jones is a little bit of mobile, but I'm saying it was different because um like they're both can be good quarterbacks, but it's just like y'all don't have really the right wide receiver person. And y'all got your Juju Smith, trash. He's been kind of quiet. Y'all
Baltimore.
got.
I bet if Baltimore had him, you'd be loving Juju. But it's all right.
I really didn't want Juju Smith because he's really like TikTok star, like kind of like Chase Claypool. Like he's a big body receiver. He can catch the
It is.
ball.
It is
He's a
2023. We
he
got a
he's a
bunch of TikTok stars
he's the
running around
only.
now.
Who's on TikTok right now other than Claypool and freaking Juju
Travis
Smith?
Kelce and his brother. See them all the time on TikTok.
Travis Kelce's the winner though.
I mean, he has Patrick Mahomes. Like, let's be real here.
I mean, do you see Zay Flowers? Do you see Bateman on TikTok like that in the locker room? I mean, they might go. I mean, they might go live for after like a live victory or whatever. But it's like,
who wants to see Bateman on TikTok?
Corvette, hopping a whip, like all that bull crap, man. Get that shit out of here, man.
Zay Flowers played at BC and now he's in Baltimore. A lot of people wouldn't even know Zay Flowers if he walked by right now.
Oh, you know him though.
To be honest with you, I don't know if he walked by out of uniform if I would know it was Zay Flowers.
But like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I mean, I don't even Devontae Parker. Trash, average. He freaking fantasy all year. Well, he's on Miami though. Freaking did not get rid of Jacoby Myers. He's on the Raiders now, right?
Okay.
So who are your receivers, man?
They had enough yesterday to be Buffalo.
Hey, that's a good win for y'all. I'm saying, but like,
they had enough to hang with Philadelphia. They had enough to hang with.
It's like you still ain't answer my question, man. Like, who are the receivers, bro? Like, you're stuck in the question. Like, who are the receivers?
They have Demario Douglas, who they just drafted.
Who Demario?
Okay, see, this is what we're dealing with now. He looks like a guy, pretty good wide receiver. They have Kendrick Bourne.
Pretty good.
Okay. Sorry, we don't have Odell Beckham. Like, come on.
Man, you would take him if he was available.
No. Odell Beckham is one grab of the hamstring away from being out for 6 to 8 weeks. It's like, look, Odell is a talented wide receiver.
But it's like what I mean is like your receivers don't really. You're in a tough conference, man, or tough division with Tyreek Hill, Waddle. Okay, yes, they lost yesterday, but Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis.
What Stephon Diggs do yesterday?
I mean, Garrett Wilson. Really, Garrett Wilson? I guess.
What did Stephon Diggs do yesterday? Not much. He had the one touchdown, but
didn't he catch it and then got up and then ran for the touchdown? I think because he didn't get touched.
Yeah, that was like the one play he made. For the most part,
I'm saying it's like
bottled him up.
But my point is like, there's like, do you have an elite
scheme good wide receivers? The Patriots do well against Tyreek Hill when other teams act like Tyreek Hill's uncoverable. Somehow the Patriots seem to do it. You tell me how that works.
I don't know how. I don't know how. Allen really hasn't looked the same. Like I don't know how y'all beat
this. Josh Allen. This is what Josh Allen is. Buffalo puts too much on him. Whatever. That's what they chose to do. You know, they have running backs there. They don't really use them. James Cook was having a pretty good day, but then they found themselves down by 10, 12 points. They had to abandon the run. Josh Allen had to just throw it up. I have said, if Buffalo wants to be taken seriously, they are going to have to get more balanced in their offense. You know, Cook can run. They have Latavius Murray, who was, 30-something years old, but it seems like everywhere he goes, he can be productive. They took Damian Harris from the Patriots. I don't know the last time I've seen Damian Harris step on the field, to be honest with you. He might be hurt, don't know. But They just have to do more in the running game, and it can't be Josh Allen because that's what it was the past few years. Josh Allen was their running game. They need to get away from that. Stephon Diggs with his fits on the sideline when he doesn't get the ball, they have to do something about that. There's a lot of issues in Buffalo, but they're 4-3. A lot of people didn't think they were going to be 4-3 at this point. They only lost 3 games last year. They've already lost 3 games already, and more losses will be coming. I can promise you that. But yeah, look, Mac Jones looked good yesterday. Had the little game-winning drive.
25 for 30, 270 yards, 2 touchdowns. 1 for 4. It was like 1 out of 4 times. Kind of terrible QBR rating, 78.3. But I'm looking at your receivers. Kendrick Bourne at 63 yards, 66 receptions. Demario Douglas had 4 receiving yards, 54 yards.
They're not. Yes, none of your receivers. Mac Jones has to spread it around. That's the only way he'll be successful in the offense. Kendrick Bourne and Douglas are good after the catch wide receivers. Kendrick Bourne, he found him in space. He was able to run after the catch. That's where he excels. Guys like Parker, Schuster, they're more of your possession type receivers where hopefully they could make a guy miss and get a couple of yards after. Bourne, I think Bourne was kind of in the doghouse a little earlier, and it seems like that's kind of not happening now. And you've seen him playing a little better. I'm not saying Mac Jones is the next coming of Tom Brady, but for these people who think like Mac Jones is I'm trying to think of Brady Quinn or something. Like he's a little better than that. His rookie year, he went 10-7, so he can do something. The offensive line. This is the first week they used the same offensive line in back-to-back weeks, and the offensive line played much better. That's also going to affect how your quarterback plays.
Y'all barely won 29-25. It's a win to win. Win to win.
Barely won. They were a 9-point underdog, and they won by 4. That's a 13 points turnaround.
Oh, who was? Bills were 9.5.
The Patriots were 8.5, 9-point underdogs in that game.
Got you. Like when y'all's bye week, is that coming up?
They got a couple of weeks to go because they have to play.
Yeah, I don't mind. I think ours is like after.
I think it's like week 11 is the Patriots.
I think ours. I don't mind ours being actually later because obviously if they're on a roll.
Most teams would rather have it later.
Do teams get to pay their bye week, or the coaches get to pick their bye week, or do they give it to them automatically?
I think it's up to the schedule makers.
Because I don't really mind having since Bengals I think took theirs, Titans just took theirs, Steelers just had theirs I believe. They beat the Rams this week, but
yeah,
didn't have a bye week or they're coming up.
Who?
The Steelers.
Steelers already had one.
Yeah, so I don't mind really having that's just an extra week for us to get more healthier. I think we have ours after. Let me see. I think we have ours after the Seahawks. I think, or I think at week 12 or 11. I think. Let me see. I check my schedule real quick. Well, my Ravens looking good, man. And the only games they were kind of sketchy were the Colts game with Minshew, and there's games where we could have won. That Steelers game was freaking weird as shit. That Steelers game, how the score was, and just that Lamar had a good game, but
yesterday was the first impressive Ravens game.
The receiver, the Titans game was too.
The first half stopped Derrick Henry. Second half was not. I'm talking about a full from opening kickoff to the end. Yesterday was the first game they actually did that. The Titans game, they had a good first half, and in the second half, the Titans made a comeback. Yesterday, they got up early on Detroit.
The first game, running game, the passing game, everything was on cylinders.
That's what I'm saying. Yesterday was the first impressive win from the Ravens all season.
We're looking good, man. Lamar, he had a good game, 300-something passing yards. Mm-hmm. I think he's tied with Brady for the most, or for 3 perfect passer ratings think tied him. I think he's in coming with Tom Brady and Drew Brees. I think I saw a stat like that.
That's a trash
Um,
stat.
man, you. I mean,
He's not on Brady's level. He's not on
I'm not
Brees'
saying he's
level.
on Brady level, but I'm saying I saw a stat saying that. I mean, there hasn't
That's a
really been.
dangerous stat to throw out there because some of these Lamar
It's
fans
just,
might run with it. And
man, I might run with it, man. I might run.
I am here to knock them all down because
But we looking good, man. We had the Cardinals next week. We're gonna spank them.
okay,
I mean, we're 8.5 point favorites on that
the
game.
Cardinals can surprise you. Just saying, they play tough.
Our defense is.
Okay, the
You
defense that let
you think
Pickens
Josh? You
get
think
by in that
man,
Steelers
that
game.
game was some bullshit, man. That game was some bullshit. Like, I mean,
I saw Humphrey get cooked. That's all I saw.
where was Pickens, man? The whole game. I mean, Pickens.
He showed up when it needed, and he cooked Humphrey.
I mean, the Steelers they only got Pickens and J.J. Watt. That's their whole team. Kenny Pickens.
And what's their record? They're what, a game behind you?
Like 4-2.
They're a game behind you. They're
I mean,
right
I don't
there.
know. I'm not scared of no goddamn Steelers, man. And I'm happy that our games were at their house first, so we had that momentum at M&T Bank because we played the Bengals. We played the Bengals at Paycor the first game, and then we have them. I think the end of the season. I think week 18. I think.
Bengals can win in Baltimore. It's not a big deal.
Oh man,
They can. Come on now.
I mean, any team can, I guess, but we had that momentum. I mean, playoff push. You know what I'm saying? Home field advantage. I mean, not home field, but that momentum.
Baltimore better get home field for the playoffs.
Oh, I mean, wait. Let me see what the conference looking like record wise. I think Miami's still number 1 in the conference. I think, or Kansas City. Let me see conference. You remember? So KC's number 1 is 6-1. Miami's 5-2. We're right behind them, 5-2. It's kind of tight in the top 4. Kansas City at 6-1. Miami is 5-2. Baltimore's at 5-2, and Texans at 5-2. So pretty tight at the top.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see your Patriots, man. Oh, they're 2-5.
It's all right.
Well, who's your? I'm trying to check out your schedule. So you got the Dolphins.
Got
That's gonna be a good
Dolphins.
one.
Dolphins, Colts.
Oh, y'all playing England?
Germany.
Oh, Germany.
Mm-hmm. Patriots have a big following in Germany.
I mean, y'all got a hard schedule after. I say after the Giants, because I mean, y'all got the Chargers, Steelers, Kansas City.
Patriots. The Patriots own the Chargers for some reason. No matter how bad the Patriots are, their defense confuses Justin Herbert. One of the weird occurrences in the NFL.
Herbert, he's looking. I don't know what's wrong with him either, man. He's getting all that money just to lose, man. 2-5. Denver's 2-5. Cleveland's 4-2. Buffalo's 4-3. Tennessee then is in the middle of the pack, 3-3. Jets are 3-3. Yeah, and they're 3-3. I thought they're like 2-3. Bengals are 3-3. So let me look at Bengals schedule. What's coming up? They got San Francisco. That's gonna be a tough one. They got Bills, Texas. They could be the Texans. They got us. Oh wait. Oh, so they play us. Let me look at my schedule. What's going on, Mo? How you doing, boss?
What's up, Mo? You're in time for Ravens talk.
I don't know what Mo's team is. I don't think he's
a Niners fan.
Okay, we got them Christmas Day. Let me see, man.
Brock Purdy gonna put it on him.
Brock Purdy, man. Look what the Browns did to him, man.
I like the Browns defense more than yours.
And look what look what we did against them.
Did against who?
The Browns.
With DTR quarterback.
They still had Myles Garrett.
They had
I'm
DTR
talking about
quarterback.
I'm talking about the defensive side of the ball, man.
They had DTR quarterback.
Okay, next man up.
Next man, he's the third guy.
Who's the second guy?
Um,
Why couldn't he play? He was,
how'd it go?
he was hurt.
Watson.
Well, he was hurt. Bench like one of the bench. Like how he didn't play?
DTR is a project quarterback, and he
Well, he
was
was next
thrown
man
into
up. Next man up, right?
See,
It's a next man up league, right? Just like if Mac Jones goes down, who's their quarterback? Zappy?
got Zappy, you got Will Greer, you got Malik Cunningham.
Malik,
Throw whoever you want out there.
I'd rather y'all play Malik Cunningham, man.
Malik
He's
Cunningham
nice.
is in the same situation as DTR. If you throw him out there, he'll get exposed. He's learning the
Mo's
position.
right. Their Browns offense. I mean, they kind of get screwed last night. With the penalties and stuff like that.
They
Against the
won
Colts.
yesterday.
Oh, they won.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the Colts. Okay, so the Colts got kind of rude.
Who cares about the Colts? Have fun with Jim Irsay. That's all I say to Colts fans.
Let me see. So we had the Cardinals, Seahawks, Browns, Bengals, week 11. So we have our bye week 13. Then we have our bye 13, have a little break, and then we play the Rams, Jags, Niners, Miami, Steelers. So we had the Bengals after the Seahawks week. So the Bengals week 11, and then we play the Chargers, and then we have our bye.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't mind having our bye late in the season, because get the extra rest, get that, you know. But yeah, I mean, Mo's right. The Browns' offense skills kills their their defense. I mean, I know Chubb is out for the
And
year.
they are only a half game behind y'all, so they're doing something. This is what I've said. Yes, Bill did win his 300th game yesterday.
Nice.
I've been wondering if the Ravens missed an opportunity to create separation in that division.
Well, let me see the Browns schedule. They have the Seahawks Sunday, Cardinals after that, Ravens after that, Steelers after that. So you got back-to-back division games.
Okay.
Then they have the Denver, LA, Jaguars, Bears, Texans, Jets, and then Bengals again. So I mean,
but we also see how the Browns are going to play this. They are going to go defense heavy. They're going to run the ball, and they're going to dare you to score more than 25 on them.
So they're 5-2, right? They're 5-2, or 4-2 behind us.
Yeah, them and the Steelers are 4-2.
I can see them. I mean, they might lose against the Seahawks because Geno Smith and that team's
Geno
good.
Smith's been up and down. You don't know what Geno Smith you're going to get.
Cardinals, they should beat them. Ravens, that's going to be a tough one at NBC Bank. I don't know why that's not a freaking primetime game. Browns and Steelers.
Man, you want all 17 weeks to be Ravens primetime games. Well, you'd have to see what the primetime game is for that week.
That's a week.
Yeah, what week is that?
We play the Browns week 10, so 3 more weeks.
Okay, I got the schedule here. All right, so week 10, you're looking at. Yeah, you could add that one. It's Broncos Bills Monday night.
Yeah, Broncos Bills.
Sunday night,
Thursday
Jets,
night.
Raiders.
Thursday night is Panthers Bears. Come on,
you don't trust me. You don't want to cry about Thursday night. Thursday night's the night to get the Panthers and Bears on. Nobody's worried about that. The primetime game these teams are worried about is Sunday night and Monday night.
Yeah, Sunday night. Yep, Sunday night is.
I'll give them credit.
Jets Raiders. Damn, what the?
Before the season, if I told you had a Broncos Bills week, whatever, you'd be like, okay, Sean Payton fixes Russell Wilson, Josh Allen. Okay. Now, as we've seen, the Broncos still have a lot of problems, so that game's not going to look as good. But I'm not going to kill the NFL on that one necessarily.
Jets Raiders.
Raiders are a national brand. They do well, and the Jets had Aaron Rodgers.
They, I mean, they're doing well with the 3 and 4 right now. All right.
I mean, they by then
I
they
mean,
probably
I'd rather have Ravens Browns in that slot than Jets Raiders.
you only saying that now. I'm talking
We're
before
usually
the season
we're usually
when they made the
even before
schedule.
the season, even with Deshaun Watson, he was starting
This
quarterback.
season was all about Aaron Rodgers.
I
That's
mean,
what the season was about.
it was because
So they were going to put the Jets on as many times as they could, prime time. We already knew that.
I mean, do we have any fucking primetime games like the Ravens? I don't. I
The
mean, we
Ravens
had
have
the
no
eight,
primetime games. Every team
huh?
has at least one.
So we have
And
so
plus, remember,
1 o'clock.
late in
All
the
right.
year,
So the Bengals Ravens is
remember
eight
late in the year,
15.
there's those flex opportunities. So if you're a good team, they'll flex one of your games out to prime time because they want to show
Yeah.
that.
So week 11 is prime time. 8:15 against the Bengals, and then we have a back-to-back prime time.
Okay,
Bengals and Chargers 8:20.
okay.
Then we have our bye. Then we had another prime time against the Jags. Or
Man,
we have,
prime time's late in the year. What you worried about?
and then we have a prime time game back to back against San Francisco.
Mo, you see
That's
what I'm dealing with here?
that's
This man
Christmas,
crying
man.
about primetime games. They run the whole end of the season.
And then I guess
When are my Patriots
so,
getting on primetime?
never.
We had one already. It's all good.
But wait. So when can they flex the schedule? Like week 18? Because right now they
No,
said
no,
TB
it's
for
before that.
Steelers and Ravens the
No, they
TBD.
can flex way before that. Week 18, they only do TBD because they want to schedule games based off of playoff
Like
implication.
playoff implications.
Yeah, I think they can flex from like week.
That's gonna be a good one. Ravens and Niners. That's Christmas, December 25th. That's gonna be a good one. That's in Levi Stadium. I mean,
Loss.
if we're clicking on all cylinders, like we do against the Lions, that's gonna be a good one, bro.
Yeah,
That's box office prime
you
time.
don't want that problem out in San Francisco.
Hopefully, Purdy don't get hurt by the time our game comes around.
Who?
I want to Brock Purdy. Hopefully, he don't
See,
get hurt by the time we get home or by the time we get there.
Ravens already hoping
No,
for an injury to have a
no, I'm just
chance.
praying. I'm praying because I mean, he's still young. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna be against a good defense like the Ravens, bro.
We could be saying the same thing about Lamar. Hopefully Lamar's healthy by then, because at this point he's in uncharted territory right now. We haven't seen
Because
Lamar healthy this long into a season in how many years now?
yeah, I mean, yep.
Mhm. Just saying, man.
Any other storyline for this week? Trying to think.
I mean,
We're on week
turns
7.
turns
Damn,
turns like
we're on
NFL.
week.
It's like, I mean, look, the Lions, just to kind of bring it back around to Jeremy, they look like the class of the NFC North for sure, but they're Jekyll and
Oh
Hyde
yeah, man, we're gonna do
tendencies.
NBA after this, brother. Trust me. Well, I know we gotta do a show, but yeah, we're doing the NBA after this, after the NFL. I can't wait.
Yes,
So
it's
just like
Ravens
tomorrow,
talk
he's right.
followed by Lakers talk, which
It is week
I
7.
guess.
So
But
go ahead, bro.
I was just saying, like, for the Lions, it's like you want to believe in them, and I'm trust me, I'm happy to see the Lions be competitive. But the Jekyll and Hyde nature of them at home and on the road is something that could be troubling. But I just think it's them kind of learning how to play on the road because it's one thing to have their home cooking and be comfortable playing at home, but now with the expectations of them to win that division, they have to carry over whatever they do at home on the road. Now they didn't have Montgomery yesterday against the Ravens, which definitely hurts because he's been their lead running back. But to
I
lose
know, but
38-6,
the
it
thing
was
that
not
the thing that got me pumped about that win because I think every like analyst picked the Lions to win because they had the top 5
not
rushing defense.
everybody did. There's a lot of people who picked the Ravens as well. I
Not
saw what you
many.
posted. You found the one that had like 10 guys who picked the Lions. Okay, whatever. Plenty of people picked the Ravens to win that game.
I mean, people were saying even like the NFL like Sunday whatever countdown like they were like
Okay.
they were like like the Lions were they 5-1 going to the game, or they were 4-2 going to the game?
They're 5-1.
Well, now they're 5-2 now. They lost, or are they 5-1? They're
Yeah,
5-2.
they're 5-2. Yeah.
So my my issue was like, oh, like they're the top 5 rushing defense. Like we had our field day with Gus Edwards and so how
That's
do you
what I'm
feel?
saying. That's
Like how do you
Jekyll
feel
and
about?
Hyde with them at home and on the road.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, how do you feel like about Lamar right now? Like, do you think that he's like, as the season picks up, do you think that he's? I mean, obviously you've seen, like you said, this is the first game you've seen
Yes.
with Ravens kicking all cylinders. So
Mm-hmm.
like, do you think as the season goes on, like week 8, week 9, week 10, like, do you think Lamar's getting better with reading the defense, like reading and seeing his check downs? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Only time will tell with that.
but I'm
Because
saying, like, how do you like what's your overall like?
he's been the quarterback I assumed he was. Every week before this one, he was still running a lot. He would throw for like 200, low 200s. That's kind of what Lamar was. Yesterday, he went for over 300 passing. He ran for like 50 yards. So he ran for a little less, threw for more. Will he continue to be that quarterback, or will he regress back to the 200, 8,500 yards on the ground guy? Because I think for Lamar to have longevity in the league, he has to play more like yesterday and less like early in the season.
Because he was making plays like you said, a play where I think it was like on the 20-yard line, 30-yard line, and he was trying to get out. He's gonna get sacked. He rolled out, freaking rolled it back out, rolled it back in. And he found Nelson Aguilar. I think the reason why we're doing good is because like we've kind of been like that. I mean, other than the Andrews, we've been that kind of the workers like a red zone offense. Like last game or yesterday, we like the receivers caught the balls.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Andrews caught that ball in the red zone. I mean, we kind of butt in that department when it comes to red zone, like touchdown and stuff. But like,
you want to know why?
Yesterday,
because in the red zone, if you're going to throw the ball, you have to make quicker decisions because this field is shrunk. And Lamar struggled with that.
Like there's a couple plays like against the Titans, like where I think it was the same play. Mark Andrews, I mean, he didn't catch it. You know what I'm saying? But obviously there's practice, there's people work on the catching. But no, I think Lamar is doing this thing, man. He's improving as a pocket passer. He can definitely still beat you with the legs. But 357 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. That's saying something as a quarterback. And like, I mean, obviously, yes, we need to see more of him, like of doing that same production, especially when it comes to playoff time, and like carry that over. But I mean, hey, he's doing this thing, man. I don't think it's a winning pick either. So
the Ravens are in the group with like Chargers, Cowboys.
I mean, apparently, according to the standings, they're up there with KC, Miami.
I'm talking about Ravens, Chargers, Cowboys. Let me see who else. Maybe like Minnesota.
Like, what is this list? What are the
teams that, unless we see it in the playoffs, who cares? Who cares? Because we look.
So you don't really. So for those teams, you don't really care about the play, or you worry about the playoffs.
It's been 25 years with the Cowboys. I've seen them win 10 plus games in the regular season.
KC on that list. KC's been recent champions.
Yeah, but KC's been there, done that, won it all. I'm talking about these teams who haven't won it, who have had good regular seasons.
I thought you put KC on that list, though.
I mean, KC's on a different list. Like KC, the Eagles, the Niners, that's a different list. That's a list of make it through the regular season. When you get to the playoffs, now their season starts because they're going to be expected
Chargers,
to win.
They had that chance, but freaking they blew it last season in the playoffs.
That's why the Chargers need to win a playoff game to save a lot of people's jobs on that team.
So
Staley,
would you put
everybody.
would you consider Lamar not the top MVP favorite? You do, but you put him in that conversation of MVP quarterback right
See,
now.
this goes back to my Rex Ryan thing because I heard him say
But I'm
that
saying like,
Lamar is
so
the best quarterback in the league right
right
now,
now
and
it's
I'm like,
Mahomes.
calm down.
Like right now it's Mahomes. As far as if Tua can stay healthy, Tua was up there.
For
Um,
MVP, yes,
for him,
Mahomes,
so I
Tua,
say Mahomes, Hurts. I'll put Lamar up
Hurts.
there.
No, Hurts. This is not an MVP season from Hurts.
You
Hurts
don't
is
think so?
struggling. No, I don't think so.
Don't let Cool hear you say that.
Who? Cool.
Cool.
Look, Hurts had a better year last year. He didn't get it. He's playing worse this year. I can't say he's a legit candidate right now. Can
So
he play
you
himself
don't
back
think
into
he?
it?
Yeah, I'm
Yes.
gonna say. Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Yeah, he can play
Can he do
himself back
that?
into it. Yeah. I would say right now you're looking at Mahomes. Um,
Would you
who'd
put
you
Purdy
say?
up there? See,
Purdy's interesting because
it's a good
I
thing.
don't know how much credit
Mhm.
Purdy will get. I feel like Christian McCaffrey would
I
probably
was
get
gonna.
more than Purdy
I
does.
was gonna bring Purdy up. Real quick before we do the MVP list.
Mhm.
So like, do you think I thought like I was getting into it with a random fan on Twitter, like a NFL casual, and it was like a post I saw. It was like so like, do you think Purdy?
Mhm.
Do you think he's a talented QB, or do
Yes,
you think that he's a situational quarterback where he was put into people who are already like Debo and Kittle and all the and CMC like it's not like he started and then
that's.
he
I
kind of filled
mean,
that role of Jimmy
okay.
G. So like so okay, so put him on the Bears. That's
Okay.
the do you think he'll strive? No, hell no.
Yeah,
Like those
no.
same players, the same put him on the freaking put him on the I don't know, put him on the Green Bay Packers. Do you think he's gonna be that elite quarterback? Or do you think he's a situational quarterback there? He already had the right players in the right system
But
and
that's every
the right
quarterback.
coach.
Because people have been asking how good
But it's
would
like
Brady have been
I just think
without
Purdy is like
Belichick and the
over.
Patriots.
I think Purdy right now is overrated. Like we haven't seen really much of him.
He was a Mr.
Um,
Irrelevant, and he's winning games. How is he
is he
overrated?
winning? But is he winning games because he has people in the right spot at the right like Debo and
He,
Ayuk and Kittle and
hey,
CMC now.
it's not like the Niners are only winning games by handing off
I
to
mean,
Christian McCaffrey.
well, their defense is good too, but this their offense like
Purdy's made plays in the passing game as well.
I know, but like, is he making those same passes if he's put in a different spot or a situation? Is he making those same reads?
That's that's a tough question because I could ask that for a lot of quarterbacks. Because let's take a look at Justin Herbert. He struggles in LA because of whatever reason. If Justin Herbert had Andy Reid in Kansas City, would he be a better player? Probably.
Yeah.
Take Josh
Well,
Allen.
Kelsey, yeah.
If Josh Allen had Dayball back, would he look better than he does now? Probably. If I'm trying to think like a quarterback that's really struggling.
I feel like Purdy was just. I mean, obviously he had to work and grind because he was like Mr. Irrelevant to get to where he is now. That's why I respect him, but I just don't think that
And
people are treating.
where they took a guy in Trey Lance, second or third in the draft. Trey Lance was supposed to be the guy. Purdy got his opportunity and made it to the point where they had to get rid of Trey Lance. So he had to do something right.
Well, yeah, but it's like I just these fans, oh, like Purdy's this, Purdy's that. It's like I gotta see more of him, man. I gotta see more of him in the play. I gotta see more of him in the season. I
Yeah.
gotta see. I know they're blown out teams like left and right, but it's like yo, like is he doing this same thing? If he's on a different team and different scheme. Because I mean, obviously, if Purdy's their QB for the long run, so be it. I mean, he earned that, but like it's like hold on the gas, man. Like, hold on, like, because he had a bad game against the Browns, man. Like, he was
He's
non-existent.
allowed to have a bad game.
No, he's allowed to, but it's like people are like, just like, I don't know. I like hopping on the bandwagon too early. That's just my thing. I think it's overrated.
The NFC title game last year, and they're 5-1 this year.
But he came in like half the season when they're already winning.
They were struggling, and he got them the wins they needed. Trey Lance didn't do
I
that
don't know.
for
I
him.
just don't. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, I like Purdy. I don't want to disrespect him, but I just think that like they're just like he's he's a situational quarterback. And so that's I mean, put him on. I mean, put him on. I don't know.
Okay, let's take it to your Ravens.
Okay,
New offensive coordinator. They're basically running a similar offense.
but like for the Niners
The
or
Ravens.
okay,
It's still a run heavy offense that you know they like to work the middle of the field.
right.
If you took Lamar out of that system and put him in, hmm, let's say you put him in LA with the Chargers, where they like to go like four wide, one running back, spread the ball outside, all that.
So
Put
LA was
Lamar,
like still with like Eckler and at the running back still,
yeah,
or
same team. You just take
just
Herbert
different
out, put
quarterback.
Lamar in.
I
How would
think
it look?
he succeeds, man, because I mean he has big body receivers like Quentin Johnson and Mike Williams and Keenan Allen. Hopefully they can stay in the lineup. I mean he has a power heavy running back in Eckler. I don't know much about their O line really. Hopefully they can protect Lamar.
O
That's a big
line's
factor.
shaky.
Yeah, so I don't. I mean, because of that, I don't know because like Lamar can be running for his life all game, but no, with that personnel as a receiver corps, yes, I think he can succeed because he has Palmer, he has um, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Quentin Johnson. I mean, I think he would. I mean, I think Chargers will be winning more games if Lamar was at quarterback because the way he is, like he can extend plays.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just it's weird because in order to
Like
extend
put him
plays,
like what party on the Patriots right now? Do you think he's gonna make them win games with that personnel?
it might look the same.
Exactly, that's my point. He's a situational quarterback.
That's everybody though.
But basically, you just said my point. You said it's gonna be the same. So
Yeah, but that's also like if I
why
put
wouldn't it be different? So I just asked you the
like if I
question. You
put
said, "Oh,
Brock Purdy in, um,
I'm
like okay,
gonna
you put
take you off the thing, man."
Purdy.
Oh, I'm playing, bro.
It's all good.
Yeah, I'm
Look,
playing.
it's the problem's going to be if you put Brock Purdy anywhere else. Is the coach good enough to play to Brock Purdy's strength? Yes, he's in San Francisco with um, Shanahan, who can do that, which is obviously a big part of his success. But I don't know. It's kind of like what you said. For Purdy, you're gonna have to see more weeks of this, but I'm not mad if people are getting on Purdy bandwagon right now because I feel like for him being Mr. Irrelevant, dropped in the situation he was last year, succeeding in that situation, he proved a lot of people wrong. He came into this season, there was a lot of people who said, watch, the NFL is going to figure out Brock Purdy, he's going to struggle. They're 5-1, so he's proved a lot of those people wrong. He keeps proving people wrong the later he goes into these seasons and each game he plays. So I'm fine with that if people are maybe going a little overboard with him. That's also the nature of the business where people would rather be too early to the bandwagon than late. Because if you're late, then you're just seen as, oh, you're just following along with the rest of us now. If you're ahead of the game and you build up Purdy now and then other people come along, then you're like, yeah, I knew this before you guys. I mean, I'd probably have to see Purdy's stats because I feel like his stats are probably kind of decent. And if they are, you got to give him credit for that. Because like I said, Trey Lance had his opportunities in the same offense, and this offense was not going the same way.
I mean, to be honest, I think they should have kept Trey Lance and because they had freaking Darnold as their backup. Darnold's trash.
Okay, but Darnold and Purdy
They
are
didn't
similar.
they didn't give like Lance a chance, like because he was
Lance
hurt.
didn't give himself a chance. He was always hurt, and the time he did get a chance to play, he got hurt. How long are they supposed to wait for him?
I mean, he didn't even get a chance to learn behind Jimmy G for a little bit, and then he learned
And
behind a
then he
rookie.
got his chance and he got hurt, unfortunately, against the Bears in a
Injuries
rain.
happen, brother. Injuries happen, brother. Like it's not like he
Okay,
can
the
control it.
Niners are trying to win now. They can't sit around and keep waiting for Lance to get healthy to figure out the offense. They saw Purdy, who they knew could do it. They went with him. It's a tough decision to make, but it's a decision they had to make
Now,
because
now he
if they
might shine. Now Trey Lance might be a situational quarterback too, because he might strive in Cowboys system. Because Dak on his last year of his
that's
contract, so
that's if he
you
gets
know.
an opportunity. I guarantee you, Jerry Jones would re-sign Dak. He's just that kind of guy. I wouldn't be surprised if after the season, if they win 10 games, make the playoffs, Dak gets some new like 4-year deal. Would not shock me.
Interesting. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't get Trey Lance then if they ain't gonna use him.
Jerry Jones, maybe Jerry Jones looking at it as I don't know Cooper Rush's contract situation. Maybe they move on from Cooper Rush. Trey Lance becomes the primary backup, and it goes that way. That way, if Dak really struggles, then you bring in Trey Lance. I don't know if they brought Trey Lance in to be the starter next season. I think it's a big leap from where he is now to all of a sudden being the starting quarterback in Dallas.
Right, right. Well, I just saw on Twitter that he was made a move to get Kevin Byard
Mhm.
from Tennessee. So
Because the Eagles secondary is weak right now. They have injuries they're dealing with. They were struggling since early in the season, which is how teams like New England hung with them. The Vikings hung with them in that Thursday night game early on because teams were attacking them in the middle of the field. So they're bringing in Byard to kind of shore that up.
right, right. Now let's go to the NBA, man. Let me change the overlays real quick. So we on to the NBA. I don't know if
Mhm.
Mo's still tuning into the show, but oh, let me see. Steelers being 4-2 is all Tomlin. That's what Marie said.
Mhm.
Gino looks more like Gino from the other 10 years of his career.
Mhm.
Guys, we need to do an NBA show. Season starts tomorrow. Yeah, so we on to the NBA talk. Like
Mhm.
I think Mo confirmed that NBA season starts
Yeah,
tomorrow.
there's 2 games tomorrow to kick off the year.
Yeah, my team plays the Nuggets. I'm not sure who the other team is in the East. I think it's the East Coast and West Coast team, right?
Yes.
So it might
Um,
be Celtics, right? Is it your team?
Celtics open the season on Wednesday. Yeah, Celtics play the Knicks Wednesday, ESPN.
Who plays the Knicks?
The Celtics do on Wednesday.
Uh, um. So yeah, man. I mean, I know we're both NBA fans, fanatics. So what are you looking most forward to for the season? Are you looking forward to like that the the in season tournament?
Oh wait, there's actually 2 West Coast games Tuesday because it's
Oh, Lakers.
Phoenix Golden State's the late game.
Oh, so we're the first game,
Yep, Lakers Nuggets at 7:30.
7:30.
That's
So
interesting because that's like 5:30 Denver time.
yeah, that's like
Might be a late
four.
arriving crowd there.
That's 4:30 LA time.
Yep, that's interesting.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, so like, what are you like most looking forward to the season, man? Are you looking forward to like the new matchups with like with the Suns with like Kevin Durant, Bradley
Mhm.
Beal, and Booker? Are you looking forward to like the new like the Lakers squad, the new stand up squad with them with Christian Woods and like even your team made some moves.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
like, what are you
this
most looking forward to?
is definitely a lot because Phoenix, I'm wanting to know who's going to sacrifice in Phoenix, because if it's Bradley Beal that becomes their point guard, he's going to have to sacrifice some scoring to actually run point. And is he willing to do that? For Milwaukee, it's going to be Dame Lillard, Giannis. Will those two be enough to kind of mask what Dame gives up defensively, but does he add more offensively to where you don't really worry about that? For the Celtics, it's like, yes, their team looks stacked, but how does it look once we get into the season? Game after game. Look, I've seen the preseason games, and look, Porzingis looks good. He looks, athletic. His 3-point shot looks automatic. And because of Tatum and Brown, he's getting wide open looks. We'll see if that continues. Holiday has been your, kind of dirty work guy. He gets in the lane, makes tough shots, and all that. The in-season tournament, like you said, look, I'm a fan of it. I see a lot of people who are like skeptical of it. I'm like, why? It doesn't add any games to the season. They're still going to play 82. It creates intrigue for the regular season. A lot of times, once you get past, actually before you get to Christmas, a lot of NBA fans aren't even paying attention until after Christmas, when then it's like, oh, let's see how the team's doing. The in-season tournament comes in right before, so I think that was smart by the NBA. The recent news now with Steven Adams missing the season, what does that do for Memphis? Because last season, when Steven Adams and Brandon Clark weren't there, Memphis folded in the playoffs. But now that we know Steven Adams isn't there, and John Morant's still going to miss the first 25 games, what does Memphis look like by the time we get to Christmas? Trying to see what else was there. I mean, Iguodala retired, which, to be honest with you, when Iguodala first got drafted, I did not know he was going to last 19, 20 years in the NBA, to be honest with you. So shout out to him for going from the guy who was at Philly that looked like all he could do was dunk to the guy at Golden State who was actually, I can't say that about him in Philly. That's kind of disrespectful. He was a defensive guy, a slasher, a dunker. I think at Golden State, he added a little bit of a perimeter game. He still wasn't great at it, but he was good enough while still bringing the defense with him. And, he won his titles and everything. Rod, that's my guy.
Well, Rod.
And it's just like,
I mean, your ass is probably sleeping, man.
nah, man. Rod did a show earlier. I mean, he's probably up in.
I mean, I didn't get no invite for him either, so it's likewise, man. Likewise.
There you go. Jordan and Rod fighting. I don't know. It's even stuff outside the court is like stuff to pay attention to. Bridges, Porter Jr., Brandon Miller.
I heard Porter's case got dropped.
I feel like with Porter and Bridges, I get their stuff like mixed up. That probably is right. That Porter's the one who his girlfriend kind of said he didn't do what I said at first. Is that his case?
Didn't he like hit his girl? I don't know.
Because Bridges is the one in the New York hotel. Porter is the one.
No. Porter's the one in the New York hotel because he got.
Okay. Yeah, Bridges is the one with the ex-girlfriend who. Okay, yeah. You're right. Porter's the one, I think she's the one who came on and said that he didn't do as much as she was saying at first, or something like that. I don't know, but it's still something that who knows? Maybe she changes her tune again and he gets back into trouble. But between him, Bridges, now Brandon Miller, because the family's now going after him with like a wrongful death suit and all this kind of stuff. Although I saw Brandon Miller in the preseason with the Hornets, I wasn't impressed necessarily. I kind of worry how his game's going to translate his rookie year, but that's neither here nor there. Um, and kind of let you know, like, what's going on in Charlotte? Like, tighten up. Like, figure something out. Like, what y'all got
Well, yeah,
going on?
because Kai Jones, he don't want to ball for them anymore.
What
He's
what we
either
got going on?
like, can a rookie even do that? Like, trade teams or get ask for
I
a
mean,
trade?
yeah. Look, the NBA, these players are getting bold. We had who was it who said he wanted like 240 million,
A
and he's
rookie?
like, no, it's like some role player dude talking about he wants 240 million for his next contract, and I was like, if you get that, then we got bigger problems in the NBA. If that
Wait,
kind of money,
who said that?
I'll have to find it. It was hold on. This might have been like a couple of days ago. I don't think it was Kai Jones. I hope it wasn't him. Because if he said it, then he must be smoking something crazy. But anyway, while I find it, but I mean, even looking at your squad, the Lakers, it's AD, LeBron, because LeBron keeps saying AD take over. Is AD ready to do that? Because he kind of needs to be. Because LeBron's like, look,
I don't think we won in free agency, but we got some good pieces. We got Gabe Davis, or not Gabe Davis. I mean, I always say that Gabe Davis. Gabe Vincent. We signed Alternate Reeves. We got Roy Hachimura. We got Christian Woods. I mean, we have some depth. Hayes for the depth. So we got some centers who can like. We have some bigs who can like kind of give AD that rest when AD goes out. So you got Christian
yeah,
Woods coming
look,
out, and then you got
AD's the man. We don't need you looking
no, but
for
I'm saying
rest.
like
You gotta
obviously
be
players
out
are
there 80 games at least, leading that team. You can't be pulling no 40-game season if you're the guy.
well now the NBA has that new rule where like you have to play a certain amount of games to get this kind of award. So
I mean, that sure they could put that rule in place, but his body's his body. If his body can't do 65, he can't force it to.
yeah,
I mean, I was joking, T. Yes,
yeah,
not a
that's my
lot.
boy. That's my boy. Yo, my boy. Yo. I don't want to expose my boy, but his cousin is Levi Wallace on the Steelers as a cornerback. He used to play for the Bills.
Okay, that name did sound familiar.
He played against the Ravens the other day. He got smoked by Zay Flowers, man. I'm sorry about that, T. Brazy. No,
Don't
that's my
take that.
boy though. He's in my man league. He's in my man league.
Don't take
That's
that
dope
from him.
though. He said
I
he said
I just
he
joined the
said
Man in the League. I'm kind of excited too.
he said he might bring him on the show one of these days, man. That'd be dope. That'd be dope. It's pretty big, man.
Patrick
Uh,
Williams. Patrick Williams says he wants 200 million.
he said, "Hey, chill out, bro."
But yeah, like you said, nobody plays 80 games. There was, last year, I think there was 3 guys: Mikal Bridges, Derek White, and somebody else who played all 82. So it's very rare. I'm just saying, for AD to be the guy, can AD give you 70 games or 60? Let's say 65 because that's the cutoff to win awards. Can he give you 65? Like 65, legit, 20 and 15 games, like 25 and 15. Can he give you 65 of those? If he does, Lakers should be a top 4 team in the West. If not, and LeBron's having to do more than he probably will want to at this advanced stage in his career, could they be in for another year where maybe they start off slow and then have to pick it up later on? I don't know.
Right. I mean, I agree with you, Kyle. If AD don't play majority of the, where you said I agree with you, Kyle. If AD don't play majority of the season, it's going super tough. I mean, that's why they kind of got that depth, man. I mean, obviously, AD's gonna be that center. But listen,
Yes, they got yeah.
before you
You,
counter
you
my
don't want Jackson Hayes out there running
no,
around
but I'm
50
saying that
games,
like,
20
but
minutes
I'm
a game.
saying you don't in order to minimize AD's like injuries, we have
Yes,
depth. You know what I'm saying? Like
you could limit
Christian
his
Wood,
minutes a little bit. Yeah.
yeah, kind of like low, not low management, but more like player. I mean, maybe low management. Not no, because low management is like if a player is healthy, you don't want to play to sit out. But I
No,
mean,
it is kind of like because look, if
like
instead of
if
him playing 35 minutes a game, he's playing
like
28,
28 or
that's load
29,
management in kind of a sense that I agree with.
it's
If you
smart
load
low
manage
management.
that way, I can handle that. But the
Like that's
guys
why
who
we
sit
got.
out,
But like you're right. Like you don't want to have Hayes or whatever. Or Chris, I mean, I'd rather have Christian Woods because he can. Like he might be in a starting lineup actually. Like to be honest, because you'll have. But
I
listen.
still wonder
I
about
think
him.
it's gonna be Russell at the one, Reed at the two, LeBron at the three, and then either Rory or Christian Wood at the four, and then AD at the five. I mean, we do
You
have
know,
Cam
80
Reddish
hates
coming
playing the
in,
five, but
huh?
80 hates playing the five. Although he has to get
He's
over
gonna
that.
have to sacrifice playing the
Yeah,
five, bro. He's gonna have to sacrifice it.
true.
Um, I mean, he's good at the five. I mean, he can be that point. He can be that point five, that point center that we need. He can pass the ball, dominate in the paint, score when he needs to, block people at the rim, and still
You
like
got
have that.
LeBron on the floor. He's not going to be no point center.
I mean, he can still pass up court like fast, like off the
True.
fast break, off the rebound to LeBron or whatever. Like um, and then Christian
Yeah, but if
Wood,
you're
like
going to say
he has a
point
good time.
center, that sounds like he grabs the rebound and he brings the ball up and starts the offense. He's
But
not
I'm
doing
saying
that.
like a playmaking point center, like someone who can like pass the ball down court like a Kevin Love or like a Jokic, like someone like that. Um, I mean that's why we got the depth. And then we got Cam Reddish. I think that the teams that he was on, like the Hawks and the Knicks, I mean obviously they weren't using him right, so maybe he's in a good system with the
Reddish,
Lakers.
Reddish has to prove it. I'm sorry.
No,
I
he
hear
no. I
I
mean,
hear Laker fans with this all the time. Look out for Cam Reddish. You know who said that? The Hawks said it. The Knicks said it.
but then
Everywhere
again, I
he's
think
been,
to be fair, he was hurt on the Knicks. He didn't really, but I don't know why Thibodeau didn't even use him. I don't know.
I
He
think
didn't
the
give him a
thing is
chance.
he's not like he doesn't practice well. He's not like I mean, T Brady says Reddish is bum sauce. I think there's a little bit of that, but I'm kind of look.
Brady,
I'm with, but I'm also with you. Like
get off my show, man.
I think Reddish can salvage his career. It's just, I think a lot of it's been like mental with him. I feel like he's kind of seeing that coming into because I feel like he's a talented guy. It's just that he just doesn't show it the best way. He doesn't play the smartest brand of basketball, and I think that's kind of what's rubbed him the wrong way to certain coaches. Thibodeau is a guy that if you don't play tough, if you don't give all energy, I'm not going to play you. And I don't think Cam Reddish is that guy. Maybe going to LA changes some things in him, but
yeah,
I go wait and see on Reddish.
he's kind of like a he's kind of like the Jared Vanderbilt role, like kind of like that big, tall, lanky dude who can like give you points, can dunk it. And look, Jared Vanderbilt was kind of like in that bench role. They got promoted. He didn't really do good on Minnesota. Because Anthony Edwards was there, he didn't really get a chance to shine. So he was on the bench, and then he played well on the benches, and his minutes went up.
Vanderbilt's
I forgot about Vanderbilt. He might start.
Vanderbilt's like an energy guy off the bench who when you put him in the game, he's gonna go all out and give you everything he has.
I didn't even ask Brady like what his team was, because he's more like an NFL guy. Who's your team? I'm assuming it's Steam because you're in Arizona, right? T Brady. Are you a Knicks fan? I don't know. Oh, you're a Miami fan.
Look, this is what I'll say about Heat fans. There are some Heat fans that are toxic on social media. They are some
Hey,
of the.
Crazy's toxic, man. He's all over social media, but he's always saying, "Oh, be this, be that." I'm playing, bro. I don't even follow you on social media. I don't think.
So what you mean? Okay, so this is what I mean.
Oh shit!
Heat fans, like they love going at Celtics fans, Bucks fans, like any fan of a team that's doing really well. Heat fans love to go at them and be like, "Oh, you're only winning because of this. We would do much better than you with this." And it's just like, I get it. Heat culture, whatever. T Brazy, I'd have to ask you this: what's with your boy in that emo look, man?
I was gonna ask him that, and I was gonna ask him about Dame. Like, what happened to Dame, bro? Like all this time, he's gonna go to Miami Heat, and
That's a
he's went to the
storyline
Bucks.
too. The Heat spent their whole offseason like, we're getting Dame. Don't worry about it. And then you didn't get him.
So Kyle,
And then you did
don't
nothing.
make Brady get mad, man. He gonna get the football pads out, man. Like when you get him angry, he gonna get his high school pads on, bro.
Hey, man. We would have to give up too much.
Wait, he didn't answer the first question. Like, well, he didn't answer the first question. He didn't like what's up with the whole email look for Butler, man?
I mean, I know the answer to that. Jimmy Butler just likes messing with people on media day, which I can respect it. Yes, giving up too much in the sense that the depth in Miami wasn't necessarily there, especially when they lost Vincent and Strus. So if they then had to turn around and give up Hero, Robinson,
Bam. I mean, they weren't gonna give
I
up
think
Bam.
Bam was fine, but I think it was Caleb Martin would have to go and picks. Yeah, that's way too much for the Heat to give up in the current situation that they were in. So yeah, T-Bird, yes, I definitely agree with that. So that's why I was like, I didn't think Dame going there was a slam dunk, because if I'm Miami, I basically have Butler, Dame, and Bam, and a bunch of unknowns, and be like, yeah, we're gonna win the East now. I don't know about that.
I mean, well, we got
Oh,
your boy
love,
Gabe.
love, love would have been.
We got your boy Gabe Vincent though. He was going off in the playoffs, man.
Yeah,
Him and that's some big bench depth that y'all are gonna miss. And then also I think you still have one of the twin brothers, right?
yeah, they have Caleb Martin.
Caleb Martin.
They have Highsmith. I like Highsmith. He's an energy guy. Plays good defense. So obviously you'll see more of him this year. It's just that they're going to have a lot of unknowns coming off that bench. But
They got Max Strus, huh? He's like, all right.
no, Strus is gone. Strus is in Cleveland.
He's gone. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! He called you Kevin, bro. I
mean, that's yeah, because we were talking about Kevin Love.
What you smoking, Brady? What you smoking, Brady? Like, what kind of weed are you smoking?
No,
man?
we were talking about Kevin Love. He typed Kevin. It's all good.
Brady's oh man. But yeah, I mean, Dame went to the Bucks with Giannis. That was a big move. He did that fire gas. I can tell, man. I can tell, bro. So, what's my name, man? Jerome. But yeah, I mean that'd be dope, man. If he can get Levi Watt on the show, that would be a blessing, bro. Like, cause like he's guarding the best like receivers in the world, man. Like Odell Beckham, like Zay Flowers, like the elite receivers.
No. So you look like a Pete.
You look like a Pete. Funny, bro. But yeah, man. So we seen Wemby play in a couple games. Like you seen him play against the Warriors in the preseason. It's preseason. I mean, starting, or they're not playing, so it's really like their role players playing. But what do you think about him, man? 7'5". Like, who do you think they're gonna win the Rook of the Year? Chet or
I think Chet wins it.
I think Wemby wins it, man. I think
I think Wemby has the height, but
Chet
has the best.
But this is why I think he's gonna win, because like he don't really. Chet already kind of has that talent around, like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. They have a good team to compete in the playoffs, but Wemby, I mean, up and down their team, they really don't have no stars. I mean, other than really him. So if he does good with less talent, he
Hmm.
might win that. He might win that award. I think that Chet has a good chance to win it, but he might not win it because he already has that talent. He has Lou Dort. He has Giddy. He has Shea Alexander. I mean, they're still young core, but I think that the reason why he won't win it is because Wemby is doing more with less talent. I mean, maybe Kevin Johnson. Um, I
I just
mean,
think Chet's going to put up bigger numbers.
well, how often do they play this year? I mean, they're not are they in the same conference?
Yep.
So they play 4 times a year, 4 times per season. I think it's 4 times.
Wait.
Because
Yes. San Antonio and the. Well, actually, I don't know. The NBA divisions are kind of weird.
football is you play two, your division twice a year. NBA is different. I think it's 4 games in the division or 3 times. I'm not sure.
They are not in the same division.
They're not. I thought they were.
I knew the West is weird because Oklahoma City's in the Northwest, which they shouldn't be in, but that's whatever. And San Antonio's in the Southwest with the Texas teams, basically.
Oh, like Mavericks and stuff like that.
Yeah, Dallas, Houston. Well, they have New Orleans and Memphis, which, yeah, Oklahoma City doesn't fit in the Northwest, but kind of a carryover from the Seattle days.
Right. So yeah. I mean, I was gonna ask you, like, you think Chet's gonna win MVP or not MVP?
Rookie of the year. Yep.
Rookie of the year. I mean, I got hunger. I got a shot. I got I got Wemby winning it. I got Wemby winning it. Rookie of the year. It might be Wemby as well, man. I'm sorry. I'm messing up, man. So it's Rookie of the Year, MVP,
Mm-hmm.
Defensive Player of the Year. Is there Offensive Rookie Player of the Year?
No.
Is there the NFL?
That's just the NFL thing.
Damn. So it's MVP and Rookie of the Year. Oh,
It's
most
like
improved.
Coach of the year, most improved, yeah, stuff like that.
Sixth Man of the Year.
Yeah, sixth man. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Wemby has it for the Rookie of the Year. MVP.
I mean, I'm usually pretty good about coming up with the top like 4 for MVP. I feel like this season the MVP race is going to be. Well, Jokic is going to be involved because there'll be a lot of talk about should they give him his third, whatever. I think the NBA wants to give one to Luka at some point, so he'll probably stay in the conversation for a while.
Do you think LeBron? Do you think LeBron will get one more before he retires, an MVP? I mean, do you think he's gonna always be in that conversation of if he does good?
It'll depend because with LeBron's going to be how many games is he going to play?
That's actually a real question. I'm not a random question.
No, I know. It's going to be how many games is he going to play?
Okay. Because he's been putting on MVP number like 26 points a game. All this obviously the young guys got it. I mean, Jokic and Joe Embiid.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, LeBron will be in the conversation every year. I don't not to say he's going to win it or anything, but he'll definitely. Giannis is always going to be in the conversation. I think Tatum's going to be in the conversation. Butler.
It's going to be tight, the MVP. Jokic.
I mean, I think ultimately will come down to Jokic, whether or not he gets his third. Like Embiid won last year. I just don't know how. Embiid probably will actually be up there again because a lot of people are now sympathizing with Embiid once again this year because it's like, oh, Philly's not doing anything to support him. And if he goes out there and has a good season, they'll be like, look what he's doing in spite of what, Daryl Morey's doing. He had
Right.
to, they'll be like, look, he dealt with Ben Simmons. Now he's dealing with James Harden. And if he can still put together good numbers, he'll be up there. Yeah, it's going to be interesting because there could be even some sneaky guys. Donovan Mitchell could be a guy.
Yeah.
If Cleveland is like a top three team in the East, you got to figure it's going to be a lot of it because of Donovan Mitchell having a good year. I could see him being in the conversation. And
What about Dame? With
I'm not a Dame guy though. I feel like if Milwaukee has success, it's going to be Giannis, not necessarily Dame. My dark horse is SGA.
yeah, actually, he definitely could win it.
Yeah, because if Oklahoma City builds on last year, turns into this season's Sacramento from last year, then I think SGA probably has a good argument to win MVP.
See any more news on? Let's see. I mean, Harden's still absent from the team. That's kind of like a no
Philly needs to
brainer.
tell him to stay home. Stop even inviting him to practice. Tell him sit at home. When we have a trade, we'll let you know. We don't. They do not need Harden. I don't know why Nick Nurse and them are just like, hey, if you want to come play, no, sit at home, do whatever you want to do. If you want to train, knock yourself out. If you want to sit at home and fill out the fat suit, knock yourself out. But we're good. We're gonna give the keys to Tyrese Maxey, let him become a 25-point per game scorer, and we will be okay. That's what Philly needs to do. They're not going to because the name James Harden is better than James Harden's game at this point. They just haven't realized that yet.
Right. I saw that Grizzlies Steven Adams we missed the whole season.
Yep, another knee
Um,
procedure.
man,
That's
their team is
that's
going
rough.
down. Um, not really much news, man. I mean,
I mean, well, the season starts tomorrow. You could talk about predictions, I guess.
Lakers, Nuggets. Uh, Denver. They're only 5-point favorites. I kind of see the Lakers. I want to see this new Lakers team. With the new Lakers, I want to see them. I think Lakers might pull it out. Depending on um, that Warriors game. I don't know. It's tricky because Golden State is 1-point favorite. So
Yeah,
it can go either way. So it's gonna be a good one. And then Wednesday.
we'll get to see how Chris Paul gets used.
Oh yeah, that's true.
What's his role in Golden State? How many minutes does he get?
I,
I'm
I,
interested.
I forgot about Chris Paul and the Warriors because
I think a lot of people have at this point. That move seemed like
Curry
it
and
happened like
Clay.
2 years ago.
Wait, so is Curry gonna play the one? He gonna play the two. Clay at the three?
That's the fascination. Some people think Chris Paul might be a bench guy. I don't know.
Hmm. So Wednesday we have Cavaliers Brooklyn, Thunder Bulls, Hawks Hornets, Wizards Pacers, Celtics Knicks. Like you said, Rockets Magic. A lot of good games. The Sunday or Wednesday night game actually. The
Rockets
Blazers
are an
Clippers.
intriguing team
Yeah, they are. They are.
because I like what they've done where they kind of moved out some of the young players to bring in established veterans, which I thought was the right thing to do because the past couple of years they've had basically a whole team of young guys and you saw a lot of immaturity there.
Right.
But now
Right.
you're bringing in guys like Jeff Green who just won a title, and I'll always root for Jeff Green. Um, Dylan Brooks, look, Dylan Brooks is coming off of the FIBA tournament where he dropped 40 on the U.S. So Dylan Brooks is feeling himself right now. I'm not mad at him because I did not know Dylan Brooks had a 40-point game in him, but he did it against the U.S. I think he's going to be a valuable piece to Houston, It's just that he can't do the stuff like he did in the preseason, like low blowing guys and getting kicked out of games. Like he has to stop doing stuff like that. I get
Right,
it.
I
You want to be
agree.
like Patrick Beverly and everything, but you got to know that line and not cross it. But I think Houston could be a play-in type of team this year.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I mean, I think that really goes over everything. Really, I mean, the Wednesday games, Tuesday night games. I think we can, I think we can close up the show, man.
Yeah,
So I mean, I want to get you off screen. 'Cause I know you're sick and stuff. I want to get going. So yeah, this will probably be the end of the show. I'm your host, Jordan Jean Louis, aka the weekday, aka
Pete,
the weekend,
as
aka
T Brazy said, Pete.
I guess I'm Pete now, man. Oh, I look like a Pete. Kyle's Kevin, I guess now. So,
Yeah,
but yeah. But that being said, man, this was a good show. Thanks for tuning in, Brazy, man.
I
Thank you for
appreciate
tuning
that,
into
brother.
the first show that you seen, brother. Much love, brother, and yeah, I'm gonna whoop your ass in Madden, Brazy. Ah, sure, that's that shit. All right, with that being said, I'm going.
What team does he use?
Also in the league, I think he's the Niners
I
in our
that's
league.
that's an easy win for you, T Brazy. Easy win.
He beat me. He beat me so bad, bro. Like
Easy win. Bro,
he took a
I'm worried
tab.
about my squad because the league I'm in, I got the Falcons, but they've had like a couple of owners before them, so the dude who had them before like completely changed the team. So I'm running like Russell Wilson as my quarterback. I do have Devontae Adams, which does make it a little easier for me, but
Wait, Brady, should I tell Kyle my squad and like for the Ravens, bro?
I've seen your games though. Unless it's a different league.
I mean, I'm in a couple leagues. I'm in the goat league. That's mine. I'm in my friends league. I think I'm Ravens in both of them though. But
No, I'm on
no,
PlayStation
Kyle he
player.
don't play PlayStation, so no, he can't.
So until they bring crossplay to
I mean, I got Derrick Henry as my running back. I got Devontae Adams. No. I got rid of Devontae. I gave him to actually Brazy, and I got Debo Samuel instead. I did like a trade. I got Zay Flowers, Mark Andrews still. I think that's it. I'm trying to see who else I got. I think that's it. I mean, I kind of screwed because I'm the commissioner of my league.
mm-hmm,
I want it's a 40-hour league, so I want to make sure that everyone got their games in on time.
mm-hmm,
And like, I think I kind of rushed the off season because you know how like when you're like in week 5, week 4, you like start negotiating with your players
mm-hmm.
that you have. Well, I didn't negotiate with Marcus Williams, so he got let go. And most teams in the league didn't have their rosters set and negotiated.
Yeah,
So
you out here running your team like Mark Davis, man.
man, I had my salary cap was like, there's one team in my league, the Texans. I'm trying to make a trade with him because I want Marcus Williams back. So I'm gonna give him. So I'm doing AR in my league, so like AR, so you can AR 3 players on each side, like on offense and D. And so I'm gonna give him AR Odell, AR Gabe Davis, and he's gonna give me a couple draft picks and Marcus Williams. But he can't make a trade because like he is like negative like something like over the salary cap. So he can't make any trades, bro. It's like every team got screwed up with cap. Like Cup oh yeah, I got Cup, and I got Josh Allen, like the running back or like the
Defensive
linebacker.
player, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Like, that's part of the thing that I'm kind of worried about the whole GM part of it.
because like you can
Because I'm
research some
like
deals.
trying to make trades and stuff. I'm like, I hope I'm getting good value and all this kind of stuff. But I think it's gonna be fun. I haven't done a Madden league since like
Yeah.
Madden.
I think I'm doing a pretty good job. I mean, you can ask Brady. I mean, I think I've done a good job of fair commission for my first league. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's fair. I think it's fair.
What's your record in that league?
Well, it's week 2 or season 2 now, so I think I'm 1-3 because I had to force because we have a couple of teams open,
Hmm.
and my rule is if you don't get a user by like that time, like we get a new user, you can either like have it force win for you because you've been waiting on that guy, or you can either play it for if you have a type of game, whatever. So I'm 1-3. I was terrible in my season 1. That was terrible. So leave it at
Hmm.
that. Um,
Yeah, my look like I think my Falcons team is like 7-5, so I'm like I hope I don't blow it and like miss the playoffs, but I think I'll be fine.
wait, we just doing like a random league or like what?
Nah, this league was I think Gene's in the league because I asked him like where do you go to find a league because I found a bunch of websites and I was like I don't even know which one to pick, and he's like I got you, and I was like I played Gene before, and Gene's like Madden bus type of player, and I'm like I don't know if I can hang in that league, but I'll try it.
Is it like a pay league or nah?
Nah, but he told me like, because I was like, oh, I'll just use the Patriots. He's like, no, because the three other teams in that division are like three of the best players in the league. I was like, well, obviously I'm not going to take the Patriots then. And I was like, I'll take the Falcons and we'll make it work.
Yeah, I mean, there's a couple teams in my league that um, huh, they nano blitz. Fucking hate that. Um, I don't want to. I don't want to expose my.
But
I
I
don't
mean,
want to.
look, there's a lot of people who be playing Madden. It's just
I don't
like,
want to expose my teammates, man. I don't want to expose my Giants is one of them.
well, I mean, there's
uh,
ways to counter that. You just got to find it.
right. But yeah. With that being said, man, this will be the end of the show, man. So we'll be back. I'll be trying to stay consistent with the shows now. We've been kind of having hiatus, but we back now.
Hmm.
So tune in, y'all. So yeah, we'll be back. Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Thank you.
Yep. See you guys.